Within 35 seconds, the German dirigible had fully caught on fire and exploded, leaving dozens dead and ending the era of airships entirely. But who could have guessed that a blimp full of hydrogen, full of people and machines, could be dangerous? Well, upon hindsight, pretty much everyone. Today, we're looking at the tragic crash of the LZ-129 Hindenburg airship in New Jersey on May 6, 1937. Hours before, you could see the large German Zeppelin cascading across the New York City skyline, complete with its Nazi insignia.
The ill-fated Hindenburg on her last flight sails over New York.
You see, in 1937, Germany was ramping up for war, but two things. They hadn't started it yet, and the United States would remain neutral until Pearl Harbor in 1941. The large airship, which was carrying 97 passengers and crew, had departed Europe 3 days prior. Due to weather, they were delayed and struggled to arrive on time. In fact, the footage taken of the event is oddly extensive for two reasons. One, this was a huge deal that a famous airship was arriving in the US. And two, the delay of arrival meant that film crews and radio crews could arrive on time. Let's take a look back at the explosion and crash in real time, and then talk about how many people tragically perished. It's hard to believe anyone survived the dramatic crash, but many actually did. You see, the blimp was able to lower itself down relatively close to the ground numerous times, as it struggled to land prior to the explosion. Trouble was imminent. As the Zeppelin was catching fire, dozens of people were able to throw themselves off the airship. 35 people died of the 97 on board. This said, many of the people that did survive were horribly burned or injured during the falls. At the time, airship travel was prestigious and viewed as safe, but upon reflection, that seems odd, because other dirigibles had already met similar fates around the world. Many times, in fact. The fact, though, that it was captured on camera in such a grotesque and dramatic fashion clearly shook the confidence of people around the world. Let's quickly take a look inside the blimp in the year prior, before it crashed. For the ship had only taken its maiden voyage 14 months prior. Some remnants of the blimp were actually sent back to Germany after the crash and used by their air force, the Luftwaffe, during World War II, interestingly enough. The crash led to the true end of commercial Zeppelin travel globally. But, as we all know, blimps still exist. The Goodyear blimp, obviously being an example. But is that safe? Well, numerous Goodyear blimps have actually crashed, including a 2011 crash in Germany that killed its pilot. Hydrogen-filled balloons carrying people really does seem like a bad idea in retrospect. And that was the tragic ending of the LZ-129 Hindenburg airship.